One more, and we'll go out. Let's see a real good one. Who's got a good, interesting question? He's a rough-looking guy, that guy. Go ahead, darling. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hi.
I'm an old flight attendant with United Airlines.
A young flight attendant.
Very old. And I flew Flight 175 September 10th. And in watching the news, the first tower was hit. And then I saw my airplane with my friends on Flight 175.
Right.
And they were young and good kids, good kids. Two of them just, Amy and her boyfriend Ted had just gotten engaged the week before on a layover. And a lot of...
You mean you were on that flight previous?
Like 24 hours.
I see.
And they were my friends, good kids, young, like 20 years old.
Right.
I could have been their mom. But a lot of survival guilt. And when I got back on the airplane to work a trip, I was so angry. I wasn't afraid at all. I was almost looking for these guys.
I understand.
I don't know what I would have done, but I was looking for them. But I was so angry and I was so sad. And the two together, it was tough to function. And I had to...
And angry is okay, you know, because being angry is okay. We're going to get that. We're going to make you happy again. But being angry is okay. Go ahead.
But the two together... I had to walk away from the job, and I loved my job. I mean, I know the world has changed.
I don't blame you, frankly.
Well,
I don't blame you.
I mean, this was in the 70s when I started.
No, I
Things
understand.
were so different.
Yeah.
And September 12th.
The world is a different place.
The world.
And we have allowed it to become a different place. It's not that it should be different. We've allowed it through weakness to be a different place. And, you know, it's an interesting word that she uses because she talks about anger, and I like that you talked about that word because I'm going to discuss it. Go ahead. Are you finished?
I was just going to say, I had to walk away from my job, and a lot of like PTSD. Why them? They're so young. Why not me? But this little girl asked about ISIS, but I asked Governor Christie and Governor Bush what they would do to protect my family, my friends, all of the people in this room, you know, our country, how to protect us. I mean, I expect North Korea to go knocking on the door at the White House and saying, you know, you gave Iran $150 billion, what are you going to give me? What?
I understand. Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. I understand what you're going through. So recently, before the previous debate, you know, the one I missed I'm very happy with because I raised $6 million, Al knows, for the vets, so I'm very happy with that. I don't know, good or bad for me, but I raised $6 million for the vets. But recently I was asked about, are we angry? Because, you know, we have a whole movement going on, and we're on the cover of Time magazine. I say we, all of us, we're on the cover of Time magazine. And last week, it was an amazing story, but it's in a movement. And recently, as you know, Governor Nikki Haley made a speech, and she talked about the anger like it was a bad thing. By the end of the day, she was talking about it like it was, you know, okay, because she was being hit from so many, because people are angry. We're angry at the stupidity of our government, the fact that we allow things like ISIS to happen, shouldn't happen, the weakness of our leaders, the total weakness. So during the debate, they asked me, the previous debate, they asked me about anger, and I said, and it was as per what she was saying, and they thought I was going to say, well, no, I'm not angry, I'm really not angry. I thought to myself, you know, I have to think pretty quickly on these things, but I thought to myself, I said, yeah, I am angry, and a lot of people are angry. We're not angry people, I'm not an angry person, but we're angry at the level of incompetence and the level of stupidity that we see in our government, and until we correct it, we're going to continue to be angry. And I'm damn angry, and so are the people that show up by the thousands to these events. So there's nothing wrong with being angry, and we'll get that straightened out. And And, you know, it's very interesting. And that afternoon, Nikki Haley said, no, Donald Trump's my friend, and he's a contributor. You know, it was a whole different change. But the truth is, and I'm not knocking her, I'm not saying anything about it, I'm just saying certainly the tone changed. We are angry, and we're not angry people. But when we see the kind of stupidity that we see, when we see Sergeant Bergdahl, we get Bergdahl, a traitor, who 6 people got killed looking for him, and they get 5 killers that are back in the battlefields or soon will be. That's not what we want. When we give Iran $150 billion, we get nothing. And then they go and hit our 10 sailors, and frankly, if the money had been passed, they'd still have them. And then they take the money and they don't buy from us. And the whole, yeah, we're angry. We're angry. Hopefully we're not going to be angry for long, because we're not angry. We're not angry people. But when we see the stupidity and the incompetence, we are angry, and there's nothing wrong about being angry. I hope you're angry enough to go out and vote tomorrow, folks, okay? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you, everybody.